Okay, I'm in full anxious mode. Matter of fact, Friday afternoon or Saturday afternoon, whichever it was, I think it was Friday. I'll just tell you this because I didn't ever want to record. I actually was on the phone with a State Farm agent because that's who I'm insured through, and I was like, I got my statement, and it was $100 and something more than what I ever do pay. So I call him, and I'm like, this seems a little weird. Like, why did it go up? And he's like, everything went up. Well, it wasn't because of that, but I was making PB&J, and like, I've just been so stressed out with this whole move and like trying to figure out everything and packing and all that stuff. Like, basically everything that comes with the move, except this time I'm completely on my own this time. I started seeing like this. I thought I looked at a light. You know when you look at a light and you can't see for a little bit? Well, that was how I felt. I was making a PB&J. I was like, weird. Like, I can't see myself. I can't see what I'm doing. So I keep looking away, whatever. I just keep on making it. I get upstairs, call him. I'm like, whoa, something's not right. I feel really lightheaded. And then I go downstairs. I'm like, I tell my mom because I live with my parents. And I'm like, whoa, I literally feel like I'm going to faint. So I'm on the phone with him and he just keeps on yapping. And I literally am a straightforward guy. I just want to know the answers, okay? Why'd the rates go up? Why'd this happen? Why'd that happen? That's it. I don't need a whole long, super long story of everything. It was a 15-minute phone call, like nothing. Anyways, I get there doing their job. But I come up here and I do a vital test, like blood pressure. And it was a 165/87. That's really bad. Obviously, I had a panic attack in the middle of that because I didn't know what was happening. And then a little bit after, it kind of faded away. So, that's what happened in the last couple days here. I just didn't record it because I was about to die. Packing is going decently well. I've sold a lot of things, and I'm keeping a lot of things here too. Now, in terms of the garage, let me show you what's happening because here's the thing. Now that I'm a car person, now that I really understand cars to the fullest, I'm trying to do a full inspection. Like, here's the thing. I could get a New York State inspection, which I tried. It failed multiple times and still failed, whatever. I could do that and then it not actually work. This house is so old. So what was happening was that, dude, I'm so stressed out. I'm losing my train of thought. So I'm trying to make sure that this car is doing fine. Like, it's going to make a 15-hour drive at the max. And I have full confidence that it will because I had an N54 beforehand, and that thing had rod knocked for 13 hours, and I didn't know. But it drove fine. I mean, I had a dash light and everything. It was crazy. I think this one is going to do just marvelous. It really doesn't give me any issues, in all honesty, and I changed a lot of gaskets already. But this is what I'm taking for tools and everything. I think what I'm going to start doing as well when I get back home is actually commit myself. Well, not just commit myself, but actually fully pursue a little side hustle of like kind of detailing cars a little bit, as well as do little mechanic things here and there. Now, granted, most of this stuff is for German cars because American cars don't really use all like the reverse torques and hex bits and everything. They just use simple like 15 mils or 14 mils or whatever, and I get that, but I'm pretty good at what I can do here. Like, BMWs, now that I've worked on them for a while, like, they're just really easy to navigate. I mean, yeah, there's close spaces, but it's not that hard to understand like how to fix something unless you really just can't fix it because it's a software problem. Anyways, guys, this whole move, I am, like I said, I am incredibly scared. I'm more so nervous than anything because I'm going to be fully on my own. It's not that I can't afford anything. I've done the finances and all, and I can afford it for sure. But it's all the luggage that I have. And it's not much, but it's still something. And, I think I'm getting to this point where, like, the biggest thing I have right now is my gaming PC and stuff. And I'm honestly to a point where like I don't want to have it, but should I still keep it? Probably. But now I gotta buy a desk. Now I gotta buy a chair, which is gonna probably be about $200 there. So, I guess it is what it is. You gotta pay to play the game, literally. No pun intended there. But yeah, this is real time. I'm only a couple days away from actually fully moving it and booking it across to the US again. I think the most fearful places I'm at right now is getting through the little pinch points and stuff on the George Washington Bridge to get out of New York, then New Jersey, and then getting through Appalachia. I went through Appalachia already, and that shit was scary. There's nothing. And if you do go in places and you stop places, let me just tell you, it is the most ghetto thing you've ever seen. Like, you will see heroin addicts left and right. I mean, I wish I was kidding, but I wasn't. Like, last time I was there was probably when I actually lived there when I was a little kid, and it was not that bad. Now it's just real bad. Obviously, times have changed. But, yeah, I know we got it. I know I got it, and all it is making sure that I can sell as much stuff from here to the time that I leave, so that way my parents don't have to deal with a bunch of crap when, they move out or whatever. On top of that, earn some extra income. I will be actually working all the way up to my last day of like the week, and then that Friday is when I don't work. And then that Saturday morning, I'm going to head out. Like, this came quick, but I'm excited. I'm happy. My buddy's even reassuring me that everything's going to be fine. So I don't really have a worry, man. Like, I'm excited to be back in some place that I know I have a little more freedom than the usual. So, listen, if you're a car guy, it's cool to be here, but not cool to live here. I'll tell you that. Now, if I could give you some piece of advice if you're moving across the country from somebody that's done it 5 times within the last 2 years, just make sure you take as little as possible. Sell whatever you don't need. You can always buy it again. I know that seems like such a waste, but trust me, it's going to be a lot easier and a lot less headache to just move with less than to take everything and save money. That's also another reason why I didn't get a U-Haul. I'm taking my car. A U-Haul was $1,700 just to rent it for going there. That wasn't with insurance and gas and everything, and a trailer because I'd have to take this guy. So, yeah. All right. Well, see you in my next video.